it's me, Kia. And girl, let me tell you, all about turning 30, I can't even say it, turning 30.
Kia's coming.
Oh my God, y'all, I'm grown. On September 22nd, 2021, I turned 30 years old. 30 for me growing up was such a milestone age, right? Like most people, I had all these things I wanted to get done before I turned 30. I remember being like 21 years old, and when somebody would tell me they were 30, I would be like, damn! But now that I'm 30 years old, I realize that it's not old. Like 30 is young. And that's why it kind of throws me off when people tell me I don't act 30. Like, how do you act 30? And then it has me questioning myself, like, do I act young? Do I dress young? Do I dress old? Do I act immature? Am I childish? How do 30-year-olds act? Anyways, for my 30th birthday, I had a great time. It started out with me going out to eat with my coworkers. We went to this awesome soul food restaurant downtown. Then Sunday, I went and grabbed brunch with some girlfriends. I ended up taking my whole birthday week off, and Monday night, G and I saw this comedian. His name is Andrew Schultz. Then Tuesday, I had my birthday photo shoot. And oh my God, let me tell y'all what happened at this photo shoot. So before the photo shoot, I was creating like this birthday playlist to kind of get me in the mood to take some pictures, because sometimes I just be in a funk. So I had all these like ratchet ass birthday songs. I had Jocelyn Hernandez.
Do it like it's your birthday. Do it like it's your birthday.
Ratchet Happy Birthday. Migos birthday song. Just a bunch of like ratchet music. I also added the Beatles, their classic birthday song, just to spice it up a little bit. So I get to the photo shoot and I give the photographers a heads up. I'm like, look, I got some ghetto ass birthday music playing. Don't mind me, I just needed to put me in the mood. And they're like, cool, no problem. So I go to press play, and after hyping this ratchet birthday playlist up so much, the first song that plays is the Beatles. So I'm like,
I swear, my music is ratchet. I swear this is not what I meant.
And they were just looking at me like. Anyways, on my actual birthday, I ended up going to the spa. Y'all know I love my spa treatments. And then later on in the evening, G and I, we took the kids and we went to a hibachi grill. I love hibachi grills. Something about them just cooking it in front of you just makes me feel so fancy.
1, 2,
Nice try, baby. But oh my God, I don't know what it was, but after I ate that food, I got so sick. Like literally, I was throwing up the whole night. I came home and just passed out. Thursday, I spent majority of the day packing because Friday, I went to Vegas. And y'all, we had a good time. So I was like one of the last people to fly into Vegas. There was about 5 of us. It was me, my aunt, my 2 best friends, and my sister. So when I first got to the hotel, you know, I go to the room and I notice it's just my 2 best friends there. And I'm like, yo, where's my aunt? Where's my sister? And they're like, oh, well, your aunt is in the other room. Apparently she got stopped by these guys and she went to go to their room to turn up. And I'm like, I don't think so. So I go to the other room, I bang on the door because I'm hearing like loud music and I'm like,
Oh, hell no.
so I'm banging on the door. They go to open the door and this is what I saw.
Oh, we posting all these videos.
It was a pleasant surprise. I just wish I had more time. So I got in on Friday and we left on Sunday. Like if I ever do Vegas again for a short trip, I will definitely always leave on a Thursday. That way I have at least the whole day Friday and the whole day Saturday to do stuff. Like even though we had a good time, I just felt like it was way too rushed. So Friday, we turned up a little bit in the room and then we went to eat out at Mandalay Bay. After the restaurant, we went to the MJ tribute show. I love Michael Jackson, so I just knew for my birthday I wanted to see his tribute show, and it was amazing. Like they had a hologram of MJ, so they were all dancing with him, singing with him. It was just an awesome, awesome show. They did the traditional Thriller dance. I was in there crying like a baby. And then after the MJ show, we went back to the hotel, got dressed, and then went to this club called Drea's. Saturday, we got up and went to a pole dancing class. And oh my God, I have a newfound respect for strippers.
They're not strippers, it's exotic dancers.
I have a newfound respect for exotic dancers. The amount of coordination you have to pole dance is literally, it requires so much upper body strength, lower body strength. Your legs get all bruised. Like it's hard to dance, be sexy, hold yourself up all at the same time. Like it was just way too much going on, but it was fun. It's just a lot harder than I thought. Like they make it look so easy in P-Valley.
Welcome to the where the girls get.
Then after pole dancing, we went and got something to eat. We went shopping, and then we went back to the hotel to change to get ready for our party bus. The party bus was okay. I do wish it was a little bit more intimate. Like there were a lot of people on that bus. Thankfully, we were paired with like a fun group, so it wasn't too bad.
I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this shit.
The bus took us to about 3 different clubs, and honestly, I do not recommend a party bus. Like by the time you actually get to the clubs, it's still dumb early for Vegas time. So the clubs were all dry, and then you don't get to dictate where you go, when you leave. So if I had to do it again, I honestly would have just omitted the party bus and just did our own thing. On top of the fact that they only gave you some watered down cranberry and vodka. The only reason why the party bus ended up working out okay for us was because we had an early morning flight anyway, so we couldn't be out that late. But if I had to do it again, I would not do a party bus. If you guys enjoyed this convo, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, before I go, I wanted to share my biggest takeaways I learned in my 20s. Now, this is in no particular order. So the first thing I would say is quality over quantity, especially when it comes to your friends, but in reality, it can be applied to all aspects of your life. Okay, I remember just being so concerned, so worried about how many friends I had and trying to impress this person, trying to be good for that person. But in reality, it's all about the quality of people you have in your life. You don't have to have a bunch of people in your life or a bunch of friends or be the most popular. It really boils down to the type of people you have in your life and if they are truly a good friend. My second biggest takeaway would be don't be afraid to speak up, especially if it's impacting like a service you're getting or anything really. Like I just remember being so intimidated by confrontation, or anytime I had the opportunity to speak up for myself, I would always avoid it just because I didn't want to create any type of hostility or awkwardness. But now, you know, looking back, I wish I would have spoken up in certain situations. So I would say my biggest takeaway is, you know, just don't be afraid to speak up, especially if it's a service you're paying for. If you don't like your food, if you don't like the way they did your nails, vocalize that. And I think a lot of people kind of struggle with that. It is something that I had to develop over time, just finding my voice. Don't be nobody's doormat. Don't let nobody walk all over you. I don't think so. My next takeaway is save money. For the longest time, I was never the type of person that would just save just to save. I didn't see the value in it. I just always needed to have something I was saving for, whether it was a vacation, a new bag, a new pair of shoes. Like if I had to save for something, that was easy for me. But the idea of just saving just to save, it took me a while to see the value in that. But all it took was one emergency to pop off and me not have the funds for it. No! So definitely, you know, start establishing a savings account, even if it's just $20 every 2 weeks, $40 a month, $50 a month, just something. I would recommend at least having $1,000 in your savings account at all times.
At least.
Because you just never know if you're gonna find yourself in an emergency situation. Speaking of money, this brings me to my next takeaway, okay? You are not responsible for other people's financial irresponsibilities. Did you catch that? You are not responsible for other people's financial irresponsibilities. I spent a lot of my 20s letting people borrow money. And even though they would pay me back, you know, I thought I was helping them, but in reality, I wasn't helping them. I was enabling them. I wasn't helping them learn the value of budgeting and self-control, which are honestly the keys to financial freedom. I know everyone tends to have mixed feelings about lending money or borrowing money. I personally don't see anything wrong with letting people borrow money, especially if they have intentions on paying you back. But I will say, don't let it become a habit, because then people kind of view you as a crutch and you're not helping them learn and grow as a person. My last, but certainly not least, biggest takeaway from my 20s is to stop being so self-conscious.
Oh my God.
I spent so much time and energy devoted to being so concerned about what people thought about me. I had to talk a certain way, do a certain thing, act a certain way. No! Oh my God. It just took me a while to truly just love myself and embrace myself in all my weird, quirky ways. But honestly, I spent so much time so worried about other people's opinion who don't even matter, who don't pay my bills, who don't dictate anything related to me. Like, why am I trying to impress you? You're irrelevant. Ooh, just be yourself. You will attract the people who are for you. And the people you don't vibe with, don't try to force it. You know, you don't vibe for a reason. Don't force relationships, don't force friendships. If it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to work out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will call you later. Toodles.
Subscribe.
30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30.